Stop putting on my eyeballs. Morning, Teresa.
Good morning.
Turn my ring
Don't
off.
blame me, I'm digging through papers.
Put my ringer off. Oh, sorry, I moved all the
Hi, Sandra.
I moved all the papers, but I didn't
It's okay.
move her
No-
drink.
No problem. We got it. We got it. Hi, Nita. Hi, Ace.
Oh, you're getting them before me.
I'm sorry?
You're getting them before me, so I'm like, who's she talking to? Oh,
Because those are actually like mutual friends, so I see them pop up. Which is weird because you should see them first. Hi, Echo.
good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
Hi, Lydia.
Did you grab yours?
I gave
Yeah,
them to you.
I think a gentleman's here.
Hi,
Is it? I think it's Dr. Cummings.
Jen.
The ladies or doctors?
No, there's a gentleman here. I'm gonna fade it out first. Hold on, okay?
You're gonna fade it out and go into the tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:30.
Ready?
Okay.
The next one's coming on. We'll go on after this one. Ready?
Welcome to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer Blackwell.
And I'm Teresa Straub.
We are live here on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com, and Facebook Live. And many of you might be waking up to sad news this morning that Aretha Franklin has passed at the age of 76 years old. She died at her home in Detroit. Again, she was 76, and she had nearly 100 hits on the Billboard R&B chart. 20 of them reached #1. She won a total of 18 Grammys, and the Queen of Soul, as she was coronated in the 1960s, leaves a sprawling legacy of classic songs like Respect, we just played that, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, Chain of Fools, Baby I Love You, Angel, Think, Rock Steady, Bridge Over Troubled Water. I mean, this is just
So many greats.
very, very small sampling of what she has in her musical repertoire.
Mm-hmm.
And she sold over 75 million records worldwide. Such a musical icon and an American icon too, loved by so many people.
Definitely. That is one that I think has at least one of her songs has touched your life in some way or another. Like I said, there's so many hits that she had, and you know, she was battling some health issues, and you know what, she's in a better place and not in pain anymore.
That's right. But again, such a very
Very
talented
sad.
lady.
Mhm.
Well, coming up on the show today, we have a full program for you. We will have a few ladies from the city of San Luis stopping by. Dania Castillo and Lizette Varela will be here to talk about some events they have coming up the next few months. Dr. Stephen Cummings with Cummings Chiropractic is going to be in. School's back in session,
I think this is a great topic.
and we have done a lot of talk about backpacks in general, but he's going to talk about backpacks and our children's backs, how that all correlates together.
I think
And
it's a great
purses.
topic.
And Howard Blitz will be here from the Freedom Library. Their next Constitution class will be kicking off. They have their scholarship opportunities. That will be next week, I believe. So Howard's going to talk about that, how you can get involved if it's something you're interested in.
Sounds good.
Just a reminder, though, right off the bat, don't forget to get your entries in for those Diamondback tickets for the game versus, remember who it was? They're in my office next door.
Marlins? I believe it's the Marlins.
All right, and it's Friday the 24th. Tickets valued at $176.
Yes, I
think.
think that's what you said.
Pretty much if you text the keyword DBACS to 928-343-0993, you will get the bounce back that tells you you are properly entered to win a 4-pack of tickets to that game. Again, the bounce back gives you all the details. If you'd like to know more about our contest rules, you can visit monstermediayuma.com.
All right, sounds good.
Lots of national days going on today, and I especially like this first one. National Tell a Joke Day.
I like it.
All right, what do you call an alligator in a vest?
I don't know.
An investigator.
Oh, I like that.
I'll be saving some of those ditties for you throughout the show today.
Where do cows go for entertainment?
The movie theater?
The movies.
Oh.
You're close. That was kind of a given, I guess. There you go. That was my only joke. Don't ask me anymore.
Today is also National Roller Coaster Day, and I do love a good roller coaster.
I don't mind them. I don't mind them at all.
Well, J.G. Taylor received one of the earliest patents for an inclined railway in 1872, but in 1878, Richard Knudsen received a patent for an inclined plane railway, and then for years, history believed the first roller coaster in America opened at Coney Island on June 16th in 1884. However, thanks to the digital age and many archive newspapers being digitized and articles discovered over that time, the reporting showed that J.G. Taylor's elevated railway in 1872 was at Rocky Point, Rhode Island. And according to Providence Evening Press from June of 1872, the reporter describes a ride of, get this, 400 feet where 9 passengers are given a shove and gravity does the rest.
Whoa! Kind of scary.
That might lead to some questions about, well, I don't know that anyone would actually write that in this day and age.
Oh my goodness.
You know?
Safety, I think.
The oldest roller coasters are believed to have originated from the so-called Russian mountains, and built in the 17th century, those were specially constructed hills of ice that were located near St. Petersburg, Russia. The slides were made to a height of 70 to 80 feet, consisting of a 50-foot drop, and were reinforced by wooden supports. It just keeps getting worse, or better.
It gets better, I hope. I mean, we're just spoiled with all these restraints we have nowadays.
Progression-wise. Oh, you mean seatbelts and the bars that come down?
Definitely.
And while we do still have some very tragic
tracks you
accidents
stay
that
on
occur involving these types of rides.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine if those were not in place. It would be so much more. Oh my goodness, I just can't even.
We would not have the roller coasters that we have nowadays.
No, not at all. Well, it's National Airborne Day, which also may be the case for some of those riding roller coasters back then.
Definitely.
It's observed August 16th each year, and it was designated by the U.S. Congress. National Airborne Day honors the nation's airborne divisions of the armed forces. This day was created in 2001 by George W. Bush, and August 16th, 1940 marks the date of the first official Army parachute jump at Fort Benning, Georgia. The successful jump validated the innovative concept of inserting U.S. ground combat forces behind a battle line by parachute. The Sky Soldiers represent some of the most prestigious and effectively trained forces in the United States Army.
Well, there you go.
And it's National Rum Day.
Whoa.
Sometimes that might be involved with some of these other activities.
Janice likes rum. I'm not a fan of rum.
Janice is raising the roof over there,
Yes,
too.
she is.
It's observed each August, and rum is a distilled, clear, alcoholic beverage, which is a byproduct of molasses production or made directly from sugarcane juice. After the fermentation and distillation process, most rum is aged in wooden oak barrels. And a little rum fact for you, Janice. This is for you, Janice. The Sugar Act of 1764, which was a tax on sugar, molasses, and rum by the British on the American colonies, helped start the unrest that finally became the American Revolution.
Good to know I could help.
I should have
Continue.
saved that trivia for Howard today. Howard's my history dude. Hey, why did the banana go to the doctor?
Why?
It didn't peel well. Alrighty, how about some birthdays on this date?
I need that bump.
I know you shouldn't have that handy.
Hey, we got Aretha on, okay?
We did, and I was impressed by that. Thank you very much. All right, today's Firehouse Subs birthday shout-outs are brought to you, obviously, by Firehouse Subs and the Firehouse Public Safety Foundation, saving lives through donation grants. And at Firehouse Subs, they don't believe that making great subs is enough.
No.
You have to do good, too, and they also do that. We received a press release yesterday that Firehouse Subs had collected water, and they donated that to the first responders at the Yuma Fire Department.
And from what I heard, they actually put that water to use that same day that they received.
Oh, we had
that
the
donation.
2 house fires,
We
correct?
had the 2 house fires, and they have that emergency. It's like a cooling station for the firefighters in between, because they have to work in shifts. And this heat, thankfully, it's really
With
cool
all
to
that
see.
stuff on.
Yeah, they wear all of their equipment, and they're out there in the heat from the regular elements, and then the heat on top of the fire that they're battling as well. And they have like
their
a cooling
gear.
station.
Their gear is close to 100 pounds.
Yep.
Maybe 80 to 100 pounds. I need some clarification. Where's Paul E. when we need that? He's our resident
We
firefighter.
just had 2
dude.
firefighters in here a minute ago. We
I
could've
know.
asked them.
Hello. If anyone knows the exact weight of firefighter gear, please let us know.
But yeah, they were able to put that water to use, that same day right away. Not only is it for our firefighters, but if it's for, there may be, civilians that are in distress, they use it for that same purpose. So
What is the unluckiest kind of cat to have? A
I
catastrophe.
was going to say, I see the answer. So good job, Little.
That's for those who are not following us on Facebook Live.
All right, our Firehouse Subs birthdays.
That's right. Our birthday shout outs go to Jenny Welch, one of our finest nurses in the Yuma community.
Mhm.
Miriam Galindo is also celebrating today with Brian Nance, one of our sweet friends, Samantha
Yes.
Butcher, and Renee Felber.
Well, happy birthday to all of you.
They will each be thrown into the random drawing next Monday for a chance to win a free medium sub, chips, drink, and dessert from Firehouse Subs.
And don't forget, we have a giveaway going on from Firehouse Subs right now. All you need to do is text the keyword Firehouse, all one word, FIREHOUSE, to the Monster message line, and that number is 928-343-0993. That drawing will be tomorrow, and for that drawing, it's an $80 value. It's a really, really good deal.
Woohoo!
You will receive a sub platter that feeds 10. You will get 10 chips, 10 cookies, and a gallon of drink, usually like iced tea or lemonade. And like I said, it's an $80 value if you want to bring in lunch for your office staff, or maybe some friends, or even just to feed the family. All you need to do is text Firehouse.
And about 75 pounds for the firefighter gear. Thank you, Mike Erfurt.
Yes, thank you, Mike. See, that's a lot. That's a lot.
And you shall receive. But packing that, and the humidity we've had lately, though, too. This week, you can cut it with a knife. It's been pretty nasty out there.
Yeah.
Just the sides of my glasses fogged up this morning when I got out of the car.
When I got here this morning, the windows of the studio were nice and foggy because it was rather cold in here when I actually opened the door. But it was nice. It was refreshing because it was really muggy out there. But yeah, all the windows of the studio were.
Don't look at your phone. What's more clever than a talking cat?
Okay.
A spelling bee? Oh, I love that one. Awesome, Little. Thank you so much.
Of course, because it has to do with cats.
All right, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break,
Yeah.
and then we're going to come back with our ladies from San Luis, Dania and Lizette. And don't forget, Dr. Cummings will be here to talk about backpacks and our kids heading back to school, and Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library. It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live. The show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust Classic Accounting with your business payroll and monthly bookkeeping needs. Just pick up that phone, give them a call. The number is really easy to remember, 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports. Sprague's is one of the largest distributors of ammunition in Yuma, and it's almost dove hunting season time, so why not get your Federal, Remington, and Winchester? They also specialize in bird control ammo for agricultural related purposes. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And if your air system has to work harder due to a clogged filter, it could lead to premature wearing down of different components. Don't forget to regularly swap out your air filters. And tomorrow is Free Filter Friday at Quick Refrigeration. Take in your old, dirty, dusty air filter to 190 West 10th Street. They will swap it out for a brand new standard 1-inch air filter for free.
And Yuma's Best, Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialists. They are locally owned and have been providing pest control services in the Yuma area for over 20 years. They are licensed with the Arizona Game and Fish Department for safe, humane wildlife relocation. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. Better yet, they still have a giveaway on their Facebook page. You can find them under Advocate Pest and Wildlife.
And from our friends at the Yuma Fire Department, don't forget that August is Drowning Impact Awareness Month.
Yes, very important.
We'll be back after the break on Today in Yuma.
I was going to tell you my joke that the kids used to
We
always
gotta
tell.
save them. We gotta spread them throughout the day.
There's time.
That's called building to this. You're creating
Oh,
suspense.
with 3 guests, I didn't know we would have time
Oh,
for
we
jokes.
will.
have time.
I have an educational one. I'm saving for Dr.
good.
Cummings.
Well, this is the one Daniel and Travis used to say for years.
Don't say it. Save it.
Did you hear the one that they said on Kid this morning? The lady called in and told it, and she said her son, he's younger, and he said, how come T-Rexes can't clap? Because they're dead.
I'm gonna clap for that one.
And they're all, yep, kind of hard to clap when you're dead.
When you're dead, yeah.
She's all, my son thinks it's hilarious.
All right, ladies, don't forget you're on Facebook Live. You want to go ahead and have a seat? Walk right
No.
over there, Lizette. Hi, Dania.
Hi guys.
Hi.
More comedy?
Yeah, well, Janice told the one I didn't hear on Kids because I've been in here, and then Little just posted that one.
About the T-Rex, the kid, the lady called in,
What was the one about? Oh,
and she said how her son says, how come T-Rexes can't clap their hands?
because they're dead.
Because they're dead.
Because they went extinct. That was one of the ones I saw on the extremely deep comedy site that I was looking at. I just
Ooh,
Googled
high
that
tech
one.
joke.
You probably looked at the one I was talking about. That's why you knew the answer, you cheater.
No, I didn't see that one. I'm trying
I
to
think she
think.
probably knows all cat jokes.
I didn't say a cat joke.
The
I said
moo.
a cow joke.
Oh.
The moon.
How about the one, Josh would always do it to Sam and them, and it was called the interrupting cow. And so then it's an interrupting cow was, and then every time they talk, moo, moo, in the middle, and they're all, oh.
We have about 50 seconds.
Alrighty.
Which one is it?
You guys have any jokes ready?
I didn't. I printed out the email that Louis, or that, I think Lizette sent them to me.
It's like you didn't tell us we had to bring jokes.
We didn't get the memo, Jennifer.
Do you have any favorite ones?
Not really, no.
Monster Media.
You could Google something really quick.
Not even as like
Can I,
a
like,
kid.
It's National
Oh,
Television.
it is. Oh, okay.
Hold on one second.
They're like, ladies, stop making me have jokes.
I should have told you had homework.
Yes.
So we should have brought some.
The main thing I remember is tell people it's Cat Shirt Friday and there's construction out front.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you guys about the construction.
I'm like, they can figure it out.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while, so.
Yeah, it's just right in front now. Come on,
course.
wrap it up, guys.
Of course, there was one of the construction workers driving in the lane, and then he got over, and a lady followed him. I'm like, oh.
All right, you ready?
Yep. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, MonsterMediaYuma.com, and Facebook Live. And our next guests in the studio, Dania Castillo and Lizette Varela from the city of San Luis. Thanks for coming in, ladies.
Hi, thank you for having us. Good morning.
Now, based on the emails that you sent me, there are several exciting events that are coming up.
Yes, we have lots going on in San Luis. So our first event that we want to invite the entire community is our Uprising Reggae concert. And that's coming up this Saturday, August 18th. And we're going to be having 2 local bands perform. One of them is Uproot and Tough Like Iron. And our main event is Evad. He's coming all the way from Jamaica. He's actually starting his West Coast tour here in the U.S. That's starting on August 16th. So we're going to be having him on August 18th on this Saturday.
Well, and he'll actually be downtown on Friday here in Yuma. So
Yes.
I like that they're kind of stretching and hitting going a little bit south and hitting you guys before they actually take off and do the rest.
But we have a lot of reggae enthusiasts in our Yuma
We
community,
do.
so that gives you 2 chances to see him. You can do the Celebrate the Heat on Friday and check out the Uprising event on
Yes.
Saturday.
Is there a cost for the concert?
Yes, so doors open at 5:30 and the event starts at 6 p.m. We have a VIP section with the meet and greet, and that's $20. The general admission is $10, and students get in for $5. And it is a family event, so children under 12 are free.
All right. And the location one more time?
That's at the San Luis Cultural Center, and the address is 1015 North Main Street in San Luis. And for more information, they can always visit our Facebook page, San Luis Parks and Rec, or call our office at 341-8538.
Great.
Perfect.
All right. Now, what's the next event?
Yeah, so our next event is the Gladiator Showdown. That's our boxing event that we have at the youth center. It's going to be Saturday, August 25th. Doors open at 2 p.m. The first match is going to be at 3 p.m. It's going to be at the Jordan Park at the gym. We are going to have special guests coming up that night. One of them is Daniel Ponce de Leon. He's a Mexican professional boxer. He has 2 weight classes in the championship he won. Then we're going to have Joel Diaz. He's considered one of the greatest trainers here at the U.S. Considered one of the best trainers on boxing. So
Really?
yes.
Are you guys going to have local boxers?
Yeah, we're gonna have local boxers. We're gonna have from Nevada. We're gonna have some California,
Oh, okay.
Mexicali, Baja California, San Luis Rio Colorado, Sonora. So we're gonna have several fighters coming out of different states. So it's gonna be we're gonna be having like 25 matches
Oh my goodness.
for that. We're expecting 25 matches
Just
for that day.
in the one day?
Yes.
Oh, my
So,
goodness.
so
Wow.
it starts at 3 p.m.
Yes.
And it's going to go
Until the last
match is
ring,
done.
Yeah, the
Okay.
last match is down. So we're actually gonna have one of our local boxers there. His name is Anthony Clark. His last fight is gonna be as an amateur there at that show. From August 31st, he's gonna be having his first professional fight.
Really?
So yeah.
Wow.
So for that day, that will be his last amateur fight. So
Well,
he's been with us 10 years already.
Has
so,
he?
Yes.
Oh, it's certainly
Wow.
worth checking
Wow.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, that could very well be history in the making.
Yeah.
Several years down the road, you could
Yeah.
say, "Oh, I saw that bout." So
Yeah.
amazing.
And there's a cost to get in?
Yeah, the cost is going to be $8. Children under 5 years, they're going to be free. It's a very good price to go and watch some fights there. So
And the
That's a
doors
lot of
will be
fights.
opening at 2
at 2
p.m.
p.m.,
on the
yes.
25th.
And
so.
the first match is going to start at 3 p.m.
All right. Yeah. And 25 bouts. I mean, for $8, that's
Yeah.
a great price. So
Yeah.
But as we all know, some of them could go relatively quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even so, you're going to have a great afternoon and evening of entertainment. Again, it's at the Joe Orduno Gym at 965 North Park Avenue in San Luis. But it's open to everyone. We encourage everyone
Yeah.
from Yuma County to stop on by and check this out.
when's the date on that again?
August 25th.
Perfect.
So it's a week from this Saturday.
Okay.
So you have the reggae this Saturday, the Gladiator show the following Saturday, and then a little ways down the road on September 27th, we have another event coming up.
Yeah, so that event is our baseball event. We're going to have the Cañeros de Mochis, and we're going to have a group of team of the prospects of all around the world. So
The top baseball prospects?
yes.
Okay.
So that's going to be Thursday, September 27th at 7 p.m. Gates will open at 5:30, and we're going to have a home run derby at 6 p.m. So we are going to have a special guest. He's an ex-player, so from the Yankees,
Ooh.
Luis Ignacio. So yeah, it's a meeting.
We have a lot of Yankees fans here locally,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, but
And
we
Dodgers
do.
fans.
And
Yeah.
a lot of Dodger fans.
That should be another jar that we put out for saying that word.
Yeah.
Not allowed in here.
Go
You're in
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks. You're in a Diamondbacks
Yeah.
studio, girl. Sorry.
I'm an LA girl at heart.
So the admission for that is going to be $5, $10, and $20. It all depends on the seating you guys want to
Okay.
check out the baseball game, and the kids under 5, it's free. And for more information, you can contact our phone number. It's 928-341-8535. Tickets you can purchase your tickets already at the Parks and Rec office.
And
So
Bethany's asking when and where are the fights? She can't hear very well.
the fights, they're going to be at the George Junior Park, at the gymnasium.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
on August 25th. Again, the doors for the Gladiator Showdown open at 2 p.m. First match starts at 3.
Yes.
And if you're not familiar with the area, it's 965 North Park Avenue in San Luis, Arizona.
Yes.
Really, a lot of great events coming up for everyone to attend. And for those of you thinking about the September 27th baseball event, the temperature does start to cool down a little bit by then. And it's an evening
it's an evening
game,
yeah.
and the days will already be a little bit shorter by then. So once that sun goes down, it really is pretty pleasant outside.
Yeah, we're gonna have food vendors. We're gonna have so it will be
Lots
a
of
lot
stuff going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And you guys do post all of this on your social media and your website.
That
Yes.
is true.
Where can they find that, Dania?
They can find us on Facebook at San Luis Parks and Recreation.
All right, very easy. And then when you see those events, share them with friends because you never know which one of your friends might be a boxing fan or a reggae fan.
And you can carpool. You don't have to, you know,
Exactly.
that way you don't have to, you know, it's not that far. A lot of people are, oh, San Luis is so far.
We're not long ways
No,
from here.
it's only maybe
What?
20 minutes, I would say. It's not that far. So definitely worth taking a trip and grabbing some friends on the way.
All right,
We'd love
Frankie
to have
says
you.
that's right, Dodgers. So I think it'll be $1 every time you say that word.
Hey, we have Lisa on our Facebook Live right now. She will definitely do the defending of our defense.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. Again, we have the Uprising Reggae concert this Saturday. That starts at 6 p.m. at the Cultural Center at 1015 North Main Street. Then we have the Gladiator Showdown August 25th. And then the 24 Elite, that is coming up on September 27th. And there will be a meet and greet with ex-Major League player Luis Ignacio Chicote Ayala.
There you go.
How did I do for that? Did I do okay?
Yeah, you did
Good job,
awesome.
Jen.
You get a 10. Awesome.
I'm gonna take
All right,
you to order
thank
food
you so
next
much,
time.
ladies. Again,
Thank
find them
you.
on Facebook and just stay tuned because anytime they have these great events coming up, we like to have them on the show so they can share things with all of Yuma County, not just South County area
That's right.
residents.
Everybody's
We're all
welcome.
neighbors.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Lizette
you.
and
Thank
Dania.
you so much.
It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie. Then we will be coming back after the break with Dr. Stephen Cummings. We're talking backpacks today and back to school. It's Today in Yuma, and the show is brought to you by Classic Accounting. They have over 30 years of experience and knowledge, and you can trust Classic Accounting with your business payroll and monthly bookkeeping needs. Just pick up that phone, give them a call, tell them Jennifer and Teresa sent you. That number is 343-1040.
And Sprague Sports, visit their partner location, Truckmates, Yuma's home for 3M window tinting. Protect your car's interior and keep cooler while driving around this summer. You can find them on 32nd Street next to Lowe's.
And from repairs and maintenance to premium system installations, Quick Refrigeration brings you indoor comfort expertise that keeps you comfortable and productive no matter the weather. Give them a call at 782-3691 or visit getcoolquick.com.
And Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialist, got termites? Never accept a positive termite report without proper evidence. An honest company with integrity would encourage a second opinion and proudly stand by their word. You can give them a call today at 928-343-9149. That's Advocate Pest and Wildlife Specialist. Honesty and integrity in everything they do, guaranteed.
It's Today in Yuma on Z93, Outlaw Country, Monster Media, Yuma.com if you'd like to stream the show, or you can always watch us on Facebook Live on my page or the station page. We'll be back.
I always thought those were like pre-recorded.
No.
Like those. I always thought they were pre-recorded.
live.
I'm always twisting up my words. It's all right. Thank you.
You see our selfie board in there?
I know, did you see that?
Yes, that's just a few of those. All right.
Yeah, there's hundreds.
You should get one little pack of sunlight.
Oh, I think we're good right here.
We're good?
Oh, we were.
There you go. Scoot over this
There
way
you
for
go.
me.
Perf.
Smile. Or not. It didn't listen to me today. I had to push it up.
All right, thank you so
Okay,
much,
thank you.
ladies. You guys have a good night. It was nice meeting you. Bye. Drive safe back there. Okay, next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, that
Like
word.
I feel the stickiness.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like the word moist?
Yeah, it's like you walk outside and it's like when you took a super hot shower and didn't put on the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Don't forget you will be on Facebook Live.
How are ya?
I'm good. You?
I'm well, thank you.
Hello. Whichever one you pick.
We'll kind of ask the questions when he's done.
Do you mind if I record this?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
Just for my application afterwards.
Well, good, because in Arizona you have to tell both parties it's being recorded.
That's one
Is it informed consent?
Well, just so you know, we're recording you too, and you're live.
That's
Oh my gosh, little. I did like the boxing one.
Yeah.
I used to be a boxer, but the injuries are too much. Cardboard cuts sting.
What is she saying? My ears. What did I say?
Hmm?
What did I say? She goes, oh, don't say that. My ears. Carrie did. Was I saying because of moist? But she
Yes.
hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, she would have seen it yet.
No, I'm barely starting to say it right now.
Oh.
I'm watching the feed. It's lagged. I don't know what we were saying. Oh, maybe, I don't know. But it is rather.
Carrie
moist.
doesn't like the word moist.
I guess not.
Black.
Do a voice check to make sure that
Yeah, she can adjust it
No,
over
you're
here.
fine.
Yeah, she'll see the level, so we're good.
I got you covered.
okay.
We have about 30 seconds. Oh, yeah, the M word, moist. I'll keep saying it now that you told me not to.
M word.
Oh. Janice doesn't like it either. You should see her face.
I didn't know that was going to be a forbidden word.
I guess it is.
Things come up all the time.
Yeah, Janice doesn't like it. Some people don't. I've heard of people not liking it.
In here, the only real forbidden word is the H word.
Yeah, that's the only forbidden word.
Hot.
Oh,
Oh!
See, that's a quarter.
No, we said don't say it.
I'll drop that up. It's not. It's comfortably warm.
Halfway
Exactly.
through,
It's humid.
Yes, we do say that. Halfway through the summer, we already collected enough to purchase 22 cases of water,
22, yeah.
and then we drop those off at Helping Hands, Crossroads, and
Don't
Safe
let me
House.
forget to dump that in there.
All right, here we go. Ready?
All right. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
It's a moist one out there. That humidity is up there a little bit.
It is. When I walked outside, it instantly sticky.
All right, it is Today in Yuma,
Said
and
quit it.
it is National Tell a Joke Day.
That was a good one.
And this is my segue for the next segment. It's a
Yes.
very serious segment, but it deals with kids going back to school.
yes.
So, what did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college?
What did he say?
Bison.
Oh.
All right, Dr. Stephen Cummings is here from Cummings Chiropractic today.
And how can I follow up that?
It's
Okay.
National
Really?
Tell a Joke Day. She
You-
has them all.
You
don't
can
worry.
follow with anything better than
Anything
that.
better than that. Okay, very good. I am Dr. Steve Cummings. The following information is my opinion only. However, I have been a chiropractor for 35 plus years, the last 32 here in Yuma. So I've been doing this for a while. And also I should say that I am a dinosaur. I've got my 50th high school graduation class reunion coming up next year. So I'm not keeping up with what's happening out there as well as I might be because I haven't had children at all. But anyway, this is things that I see. Relative to backpacks and the stresses that are put on children's bodies. And personally, I think the old way back in dinosaur days was probably the best. Individual desk for the elementary kids where they have all their supplies and underneath the lift-up lid of the desk, and lockers for junior high and high school. Unfortunately, we don't live in that world anymore, so the kids have to carry their daily needs with them, and that would seem like the next best option, and that's what they're doing. Conceptually, that's okay, but in reality, not so good for themselves. The books are heavy, the notebooks are heavy, and especially in the primary grades, most of these youngsters are not physically built to handle these kind of loads. And mothers, you know what I'm talking about here because I'm betting that you have purses. If you're anything like my bride, lifting up the purse is much like lifting up a bowling bag.
Yep.
Which is not good
And
either.
it's
You
not
need the
good.
stuff.
So just lifting that up from the seat next to you to get out of the car can be a challenge, let alone wandering around through the mall for 3 or 4 hours shopping on a Saturday afternoon. And to go a step further, if you're a recent mother or have a good memory, how would you like to take a 15-pound car seat and carry it to and from school like your child does with their book bag? Doesn't sound like any fun, does it?
No.
So here are some potentials for pathological outcomes for problems that can develop. First of all, with a single shoulder carry, draping it over one shoulder. Heavy weight on one shoulder will usually tip the shoulder low on that side, which makes sense. And that obviously can stress the immediate area in the shoulder, but can also distort the spine at that level. And the eyes want to be level with the horizon. And if we're tipped to one side, the head wants to compensate. And as you get to the spine, either above or below where that stress level is, it will tip the opposite direction. And the end result is we can wind up with a side-to-side curvature of the spine. The fancy name for that is a scoliosis. There are two different types that can develop. One is a C curve, which is shaped like the letter C, and the other one is an S curve, which is shaped like the letter S over the length of the spine. And with repeating overstressing the spine, this compensation and configuration can become permanent. And then we have the double shoulder carry, and that's when they actually put both arms through the straps. And there can be a problem that happens with that as well. Even while that is more correct to wear that way, the weight of the straps across the collarbones can pull the shoulders back, pull the collarbone back into the upper rib cage, and there are nerves that come from our neck going out into the arms that are just deep to that. It can put a pressure on those nerves and cause symptoms down into the hands, whether it's tingling, numbness, lack of muscle control, so they go to pick up a glass of water or something and drop it because the strength isn't there. So that's something that can develop also from that. Another potential with the double shoulder carry is that they lean their body forward to compensate for the load on their back. And even worse yet, the load can pull them backwards.
Yeah.
So it's going to create a greater curve in the smaller of the back. And short term, that's usually not a problem, going from class to classroom, for example. But for a long walk, or especially day after day after day, that can alter the front to back curvatures of the spine. Now, girls in general are more likely to develop scoliosis than boys. This was even before the usage of backpacks. I would imagine that is greatly increased now. I don't have stats on that, however. Now, those are the potential problems, or some of the potential problems. So what are potential solutions? Because that's the important part.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to throw a bad concept out there. One size fits all.
No, it doesn't.
Not in this lifetime. The flyer on a cheerleading squad and the nose guard on a football team are not going to be the same size by any stretch of the imagination. So one size is not going to fit one and also fit the other. So you want to get something that does make sure it fits your child right and then adjust it to make it perfect. So with the double shoulder carry, doing it correctly, overall it's less stressful to the body because it balances the weight on both sides, and it's much better than just hanging it down on one side. Wider straps are better than narrow straps because it distributes the weight more across that shoulder musculature and just makes it easy. Ladies, again, consider carrying a purse with a spaghetti strap or one that's 1.5 inches wide, and how you feel at the end of the day shopping with one versus the other. You can also carry it like a briefcase. Instead of dragged over one shoulder, carry it in your hand, letting your arm down like you would a bucket of water. Again, it's going to drop the shoulder on that side, but it's going to be much less uncomfortable on the shoulder girdle itself. And then we have, if you're doing the double shoulder carry, there's a controversy. And every expert in every field has their own opinions, and they all differ from somebody else. So where on the body should the backpack ride with a double shoulder carry? Should it be high up on the upper back and between the shoulders? Should it be lying at the bottom of the rib cage? Should it be in the small of the back, just above the belt? Should it be on a belt wrapped around the waist and hanging over your butt?
Like a giant fanny pack.
Like a
backwards.
giant fanny pack.
It really is a
And
fanny pack.
various experts have suggested all these methods. Which one is right? I don't know if there is a right. However, there is going to be one that's better for your child than another one. And the trick is finding out which works best for them and adjust accordingly. We hear in the adult word the term ergonomics a lot. And ergonomics means a workplace designed for the individual, so everything is right for them. Unfortunately, people have been using that word wrong for a long time as well, so you figure if you go down to the local office supply store and get an ergonomic chair or an ergonomic desk, that's going to be a one-size-fits-all. No. My demands are going to be different than your demands. We're different heights, we're different body builds,
Right.
we have different waist lengths, different ages, different body resiliency, all this. So you have to get what's right for the individual. And backpacks are not any different.
Well, and you bring up a good point because, I know when I was in high school, I remember my backpack. It was so heavy because this was before, they had the technology in the classroom where a lot of things are on iPads and
I had to bring
things like
every
that.
book
But I
home.
remember my backpack being so heavy that when I was walking, I was leaning forward because I'm trying to keep my backpack up. But I think, would you say the best way to measure is when your child is standing tall, straight? and just
That would be
wherever
pretty much it.
wherever
You want them pretty
wherever
much
it
in a
placed.
neutral position, even with the weight on, if you can do it. Now, there may be some forward compensation a little bit. In the short term, that's not a problem. But long term, they're going to be humped forward. And this is especially true with girls as they get older. Very often they're bringing their shoulders forward anyway because they're developing, and kids can tease them for that, so they try to cover up and
Right.
camouflage. So you throw that backpack in along with that, and that develops more of that forward hunch. And short term, not a problem, but over the years that can become a problem. I'm sure you've both heard of the buffalo hump. Now sometimes that's a fat pad, but sometimes it is the actual forward curvature of the spine at that level that's been exaggerated.
Well, we have a comment on our Facebook Live. Vero says, great info. Thank you so much for having him on your show today. Her 15-year-old is battling scoliosis and has back pain daily. My niece was 14 when she was diagnosed, and I'd always figured that the curvature was in the S shape, that it would protrude from the back directly and you could see a noticeable hump. That wasn't the case for Harmony. Hers went side to side, and a sister-in-law who was in the nursing field noticed a knot on her left shoulder. And she said, you might want to get that looked at. And when they got her into the doctor, she already had 85% curvature. And that was from May. Her August schedule, from May to August, it had already changed quite a bit, and her organs were compromised more. She was struggling with breathing. And those are symptoms that people don't envision that being an issue related with back trouble.
And once they develop into adulthood, when their bones become fully bone as opposed to part calcium or part cartilage and part bone, that's the way it's going to be. So at that point, I use the fictional character Quasimodo, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, come in, but he was 22 in the movies, in the book, and if he were to come in, I am not going to try to straighten his spine because his spine has already developed that way, and all the tissues around the spine. What I would try to do is make things work properly within that configuration, and then it's going to work as good as it can. Is it going to be optimum? No, because of the abnormality, but it can still help. And when a scoliosis wants to be there, it is very difficult to get out. I remember a case that I saw when I was in school, 10-year-old, the major S-curve like you talked about. It looked like a snake in her spine. And the orthopedist did surgery, and they put what they call Harrington rods in on either side of the spine, screwed them into different vertebrae. So they showed us the before picture, and it looked like a big snake where her backbone was. They showed us the after picture, and her spine was straight as a string with two metal rods on either side running the full length of the spine from the top of the ribs down to the lower back. And then they did a follow-up 6 months later, and that little 10-year-old girl's body had bent those rods to conform to the side, to the shape of the original scoliosis.
It was determined to
so
be
now
that.
it was programmed to be that way.
Oh my goodness.
So they tried to do it, and those things are not cheap little, those are surgical stainless steel. And her body, with that little musculature,
was
in
able to
6
bend
months,
them.
bent them back to the original configuration.
My goodness.
So when it wants to be, now that was before the time of backpacks, so that wasn't the cause.
Right.
We don't know what the cause was. Sometimes it's a misshaped vertebra, wedge shape, so it automatically tips something to the side, but sometimes there's no anatomical reason for it, and yet it still happens. And they call that an idiopathic scoliosis, which means we don't know what causes it.
I noticed kids on
Hang
back
on,
on the
this is Janice.
backpacks. I noticed kids with backpacks too. They're wearing them in the front. I see them walking because I still have a high schooler, and I see them wearing them in the front, putting them over their shoulders.
If they're going both ways that way, I think that might be a better idea all the way around, so long as they don't wind up with their shoulders slumping forward. But if they're taking their shoulders back and holding it that way, it's just like a lot of ladies are carrying their babies up in front now, and it seems to be easier on the back. So if it's working for them, I'm all for it. Basically anything that works, it works well. You can't argue with success.
And I've noticed over the years, backpacks are just made better too.
most likely.
When I was younger, I mean, I went to Catholic
They
schools.
have padding in the
Yeah,
shoulders
and
now,
they're wider and they
Which they
click
should.
in the
and
front.
the different clips that hopefully will help you straighten
provide
up a little
support.
Bit. Yes,
Exactly.
that's the
And,
support.
and that's a good design problem on their part. They're engineering them better.
Yeah, way better
For
than
the
when I was a
kids.
kid. And I went to Catholic school and we had to bring every book home every night for homework. And it was heavy.
Well, again, this is some great information. Think about the kids. Watch how your kid's walking, and fix. That's one of the things I fixed my child's backpack as soon as we got him a new one this year. But once you start seeing the weight put in there, is when you need to probably readjust those again to make sure they're standing tall. And again, I see most people now. Back when I was in school.
It was a one shoulder.
It was a one shoulder thing, but now I see most kids wearing them double, which I think is better on the back than just the one strap, and they're standing taller. It's just a matter of finding that sweet spot.
Now,
for them.
I actually have a single strap backpack for my camera, for my photography that I do. And it's padded and it's designed so I can have it on one shoulder, but I shoot on the other side. So that does provide the balance
But
because my
doesn't it
camera is
go?
heavy.
Doesn't it go made to go
Cross?
The front?
Yeah, I'm pretty.
Do you have a
The
cross
one.
shoulder?
Doesn't
or a
it
straight
cross
one?
No,
your chest?
I can't because with the gear in front, it would be protruding too far.
Okay.
It's designed to go, and it's kind of like a side sling, not necessarily straight across the back. But
The strap doesn't go over your head and
I
hang
think
across?
it's supposed to go. When I saw your bag, and I thought that's the
You
way
thought
it was.
that's
actually,
what it was for?
Yeah, it goes on the back. The camera goes on the actual back part because your camera is heavy, and the thin strap goes across the front. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's made to be
Is
used.
it kind of shaped like a wineskin?
What's a wineskin?
Dinosaur. Okay.
We're gonna try that. We're gonna try that and see how it works because it'd be a lot easier.
Larger on one end and kind
Yes.
of narrows
Oh.
down to a little nipple on
Yes.
the end,
Yeah.
and you fill that full of wine. And
Oh,
the
purses
hanging
that
wine
are shaped
pouches.
like that
It's
now.
Right.
it's made to go across your whole body.
Well, I like how I wear it.
If it
She
works
redesigned
like
it.
that-
What is it? Ergonomic.
But I'm not carrying it for 5 hours at a time either,
Right.
or walking super long distances either.
But if it works for you, it's okay. Basically, it's what it comes down to. If something works for you, you can't deny working for it.
Exactly. But again, pay attention to your children. And this goes for all ages. I think at the junior high level, when my son had multiple large books to bring home, he went through a couple backpacks that year. And they weren't super cheap either, but you could see where the heavy books start to wear through the bottom. That and the, drop and stuff like that. But again, make sure that what you're working with too is of a decent quality too, so the straps will stay where you do need them to.
The thin nylon doesn't necessarily cut it.
Great information, Dr. Cummings. We appreciate you coming and sharing that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
If people
Thank you.
have any questions, how can they reach out to you? Or they have any concerns, maybe back-related or otherwise?
Concerns, my office phone number is 782-4339. If you don't get me live, I'm running the shop by myself right now. My wife has some health issues. Normally she'd be on the front desk, so leave a message. I will try to get back in touch with you as soon as I can. Office hours are also listed on the voicemail message if you don't get me live.
All right, great information. We appreciate you coming down. You're a busy guy.
Well,
I know you're a busy guy.
that's what I'm here for.
And he's done wonders on my back, so I can attest to that. I know how busy he is. All right, it's today in Yuma. It's time to take our Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie. Is Howard out there ready to go?
He's ready to go.
All right, we'll be back with Howard Blitz from the Freedom Library on Z93 Outlaw Country Facebook Live.
Very good information.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We'll go back
'Cause-
out that door.
Okay.
Well, my youngest boy walks kind of humped. And because he's always been so tall and big, he does it to try to, and I'm like, stand up straight.
That's right.
And or he'll pull his shirt down, and he wants his shirt to be longer, so he walks this way. And I'm like, you need to stand up because you're gonna ruin your back.
Getting a longer shirt.
I did. It's just
Big and tall, but that's the reason he's doing it, because he doesn't want the belly.
that,
fat.
and
Gotta get longer.
because he's always been so big. And I tell him every day, stand up straight.
But yeah, especially at that age, they can wind up like that.
Exactly. That's what I told him. Oh, good. I'm gonna have him watch the show because then he doesn't think I'm just saying it. The doctor said, stand up straight.
Yeah, get your picture taken with the two beauties, man.
Look at Howard just moving in on your.
That's my favorite part.
Howard's moving in on your time.
Doesn't like my voice.
I would never do that.
Come on in.
Okay, I don't mind. Jennifer's all.
Maybe show back yet, said hi.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Come on in, Howard.
All right, you ready for me?
We are ready to go.
All right, cool.
Did you bring a joke for National Tell a Joke Day?
Yeah.
You missed a couple on
I
here,
know.
Jen.
I know, I saw them.
And
Carrie's
Not a
was pretty
joke.
funny.
That's a good one.
Melinda needs to give us the answer to hers.
posted it.
Did
It's
she?
a-
Oh, I
bird fart.
got one.
I didn't see it.
One Carrie's got in between.
I
So
didn't see
Yeah.
it.
What is warm and smells like worms? A bird fart.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't see
And it was like,
it's
wait
not
for
on
it,
here.
wait for it.
I've been waiting. I don't see it anywhere.
Here, Teresa.
Thanks.
Yep. How's everybody doing today? Pretty good?
Yes.
oh, yeah.
Today in Yuma, today in Yuma. What's the name of the show?
Today in Yuma.
I just want to make sure you know where you're at.
Yeah. TIY.
All right. We have about 1 minute.
You can skip that last one if you
Are
want.
you sure?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's a promo. I have flexibility.
Thanks to Dr. Cummings.
Yeah, exactly. No, my hips like get out of whack.
Yeah, I feel, well, I gotta concentrate on posture.
Me too.
Because I got a lower back
I'm a little
issue.
awkward here.
I should probably go see
changing that
Steve.
chair in production. How you
I think I
lifted
should put it
up.
back down.
Because I'm like, I'll be sitting there and then I'm like, oh, let me just.
You
lower
could
it
adjust
up.
the monitor too. Your monitor stand if you want it up higher. It feels so low otherwise for me. I can't see the monitor.
Because you need to straighten your back.
I
My
have
back
a-
is straight.
All right, you ready?
All right. Woohoo! Little's back. Okay. Welcome back to Today in Yuma. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Teresa.
We are here live on Z93, Outlaw Country, and Facebook Live. Teresa, a man was walking down the street with a penguin when a policeman came up to him.
He must not have been in Arizona.
That is an endangered animal. You just can't walk around with it. Take it to the zoo. The next day, the same policeman sees the man with the penguin again. I thought I told you to take that penguin to the zoo. I did, said the man. We had a great time today. We're going to the movies. All right.
I heard that.
Howard Blitz is with us.
That's like that guy. They're having an argument, about how do you say the state of Hawaii? Is it Hawaii or is it Hawaii? So they ask this guy, so how do you say it? Is it Hawaii or is it Hawaii? The guy says, it's Hawaii. See, I told you. He says, thank you very much, sir. And he says, you're welcome.
All righty.
See, he had a joke.
I had it.
He had a joke.
Everyone came
It's an
prepared.
old joke. Gee.
All right. Well, we have about 8.5 minutes, and it's Freedom Library time.
Oh, it is. Next week, Tuesday and Thursday nights, we have classes going on. Starting Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, 6 to 8 p.m. We have the U.S. Constitution class. And for 12 weeks, you get to learn all about the Constitution that you probably don't even know about. And then on Thursday night from 6 to 8 p.m., you get to learn all about economics, which you might not know about either. So for 12 weeks, we teach these classes, and then if you want to give yourself an opportunity to earn a $1,000 scholarship, you write a paper 4 to 6 pages long, applying the concepts you've learned to a current event. And the scholarship, or the Freedom Library Scholarship Committee, evaluates them and picks the top 2. And you get 2 $1,000 scholarships for each class.
One for economics
Wow.
and one for Constitution.
Well, there's 2 scholarships
Oh, for each one.
For each one.
Oh,
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
Yeah,
okay.
That's even
there's-
better.
Well, there's a monetary scholarship. One of the scholarships is a monetary scholarship sent to the educational institution of the person's choice. The other one's actually a travel scholarship where you travel and attend a seminar put on by the Foundation for Economic Education where you learn more about these things that we're talking about in the Constitution class and the economics class.
And those are cool trips. You've talked
Yeah, they
about
are.
those before.
Yeah, we just had one of our recipients come back from 2 of them. She took both the Constitution class and the economics class at the same time last fall, and she just came back. She earned both the travel scholarships. She went to the University of Denver for a FEE conference, Foundation for Economic Education conference, and then Emory College over there in Atlanta. And she thought it was fantastic, just a life-changing
Well,
experience for her.
what a great opportunity.
Yeah, it is,
also.
because you interact with people from all over the world. So.
And what's cool about these courses too, and what you've explained to us, Howard, and again, I've judged the scholarships. It's been a number of years, but you're not just simply teaching from a textbook. It's interactive. more than that.
It's a weekly discussion for 2 hours, and we learn about the who, what, where, when, why, and how of the Constitution. Why was it written? Why is it written the way it was written? What's its purpose? What's the function of the government? Why? We have discussions about that kind of thing, and we try to apply them to current events because we want to make this class current. What's it got to do with 2018? This thing was written over 200 years ago. Same thing with economics. What do free markets have to do with providing food on the table and shelter for people. Why are there so many poor people on the planet? You know, why does that exist? Why does poverty exist? What can be done to help them? What's the purpose of the Federal Reserve System? What's money? We talk about money. What is it? You know, how did it come to be? All that kind of thing. So we go into in-depth. We go into in-depth knowledge, about these subject matters.
And these classes that are starting next week, are they the first of the season?
This is the start of
course?
the fall semester,
Okay,
and then we'll
perfect.
award the scholarships at our December 6th Constitution Forum. We're going to have a special guest then, a gentleman by the name of Javier Garcia. I met him at the Foundation for Economic Education seminar this past June. He's from Venezuela. He just moved from there about a year and a half ago. He lives in Pittsburgh right now. And he's got stories to tell that you can't believe about what's going on there right now and what's been going on there for several years, and how a beautiful, strong economic country has become a disaster, and how that took place. And he's going to go through that whole story, and he's going to share that. His story was unbelievably impactful to the audience when I met him in June there. You can't believe what's going on. You can't believe how things can turn on a dime when socialism becomes the order of the day. And so we talk about socialism and communism and fascism in all of our classes, because you have to understand what these terms mean. And it is all about terms. These classes are more about terminology, learning the definition of words and what they mean. Most people have some kind of an idea of what the Constitution is about, but there's a lot of terminology.
A lot left to learn, I think.
Well, I'll tell you something. I've been doing this for 23 years, and I learn something new every time I'm involved with one of these classes. I mean, there's nothing that's not. There's always something new.
Well, the Constitution class starts August 21st, and the Freedom Library is located at 2035 South Arizona Avenue. It's from 6 to 8 p.m.
Correct.
And then we have the economics class on the 23rd. That's when it starts. The same location, 2035 South Arizona Avenue. And you have partners.
Yeah, we've got a couple of professors from NAU Yuma that help us out with the econ class. I've got a teacher from Yuma Union High School District that helps me out with the Constitution class. And then, of course, our kids classes from that help out kids with these ideas from age 8 to 13. We'll have those in October. But we have those over at the Boys and Girls
This is
Club.
14 and up.
But this is 14 and up, and this is for a scholarship.
Is it-
You don't have to write the paper. There's a lot of adults that take this class. They're not really interested in the scholarship. They just want to come and learn something. So.
Is it too late to sign up for classes?
No. It's
Okay.
absolutely
How-
not.
how do they sign up?
You can sign up via the internet. You can go to our website at freedomlibrary.org and download the application there. There's a bunch of gray link boxes there that you can click on, and it'll explain the whole program to you. Otherwise, you can show up on Tuesday, and you can sign up then, and next Thursday as well.
All right.
So-
Well, this next one is a little bit down the road. It's in September,
but I thought I'd
there's
give you a heads up on it.
Constitution Day open house. You can celebrate the Constitution's birthday with cake and ice cream.
Yeah, well, what's a birthday party without cake and ice cream?
Of
right? Come on.
course. And that will be Monday.
Even though I'm not supposed to eat either one of those. My doctor tells me. I may have to go see Steve here.
Well, that will be from 5 to 8 p.m. on September 17th at the Freedom Library.
Yeah.
Everyone's invited to come on out, and we'll chat with you as that event gets closer.
Okay.
As a bit of a
Ab-
reminder.
Absolutely.
Well, again, if you're
Yeah, we're
interested
going to show a 2-hour feature-length film about the Constitution, how it got written.
All right, well, you can also follow the Freedom Library on Facebook, too. Check them
Yep.
out there and see
Yep.
what events are coming up.
Okay.
Great information. We hope that you have an amazing turnout. Again, it's always great to have you in on
Thank
the
you
show,
for having
Howard.
me. Thank you, Jen.
I'll-
Thank you, Teresa.
Our guest today, Howard Blitz with the Freedom Library. That website, one more time, freedomlibrary.org. And the ages are 14 and up for the economics class and the Constitution class, which both kick off next week.
Real quick, we had, before we sign off for the day, we did have a birthday shout out from Michael Moreno. He says, happy birthday to Dina Moreno from her husband Michael. So happy birthday.
All right, and for those of you on the radio who weren't able to see this on Facebook Live, what do you call a magical dog? A Labracadabrador.
I love it. Is that Carrie's?
That is Carrie's.
Good job, Carrie. Good job.
All right, and feel free to share those jokes with us all day long because we like it.
Exactly.
Again, rest in peace, Aretha Franklin. We had a brief little tribute at the very beginning. Seriously, a true musical icon.
She was.
Definitely.
She was terrific.
Yeah. All right, coming up tomorrow, it's Catch Her Friday. Wait, tomorrow's Friday, right?
Tomorrow's
Yes,
Friday.
okay, that's a test. I'm like, wait, what's today?
You scared me.
Catch Her Friday. Get your entries in because we're going to have a pretty cool prize pack again. And don't forget, text the keyword DBACKS, D-B-A-C-K-S, to enter to win that 4-pack of tickets to the game on the 24th. You'll get a bounce back for that. Remember, no emojis or signatures, just that keyword to 928-343-0993. It's Today in Yuma. We'll take our quick Lotus Day Spa and Salon selfie with Howard. And then up next, it's the Bob and Sherry Show on Z93. And your favorite classic country music on Outlaw Country. KCYK Yuma and KLJZ Yuma.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Howard.
Okay, I have a joke to sign off with you for. My kids used to say when they were little. Knock, knock. Who's there? Boo. Boo-hoo. Don't cry. It's just a joke. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.